Okay, I wanted to do a video basically on another issue having to do with colorism. And I do some like people always talk about how like people will talk about colorism and talk about how dark skinned women and light skinned women and how there's a tension or something in some people's experiences between these groups. And I always find this very odd. I don't know, like, what? Well, maybe, I don't know. No, because I've seen plenty of different examples, so I can't even say that's the reason. But, I mean, like, for me personally, I've dealt with some people, like, darker skinned black women, and I've never had any issue like this. That's why I always am like, what do you mean? Like, I've never had an issue where, like, I've never obviously been mean to dark skinned women just because they were, like, darker. That, to me, isn't a negative. To me, I mean, I don't know. I think dark skinned black women, most of the time, they have, like, more models than, like, someone who's lighter skinned. It's maybe it's a coincidence, I don't know, but I mean, they don't really seem that unattractive. I've always been like, that's kind of weird to me. But yeah, I'd never made fun of anyone for being darker, obviously. I've never had any issues, so personally, for being lighter. That's why I always am like, what do you mean? Like, I never had, like, tension for those reasons. I've had it where people, like, no, I mean, like, if people, like, talk about actually, like, people, like, being uncomfortable with, like, mixed women's long hair or something. I've never had that issue personally, but that could be because I have shorter hair anyway. My hair is, like, I always had my hair short. Like, it's been, like, like, real short. Think of, like, Halsey, basically, like, real short hair. And now it's, like, longer, kinda. It's, like, to my shoulders, so. Never really had any issue with that, though, like, in any sense. In fact, I remember sometimes I remember thinking, like, man, if I could have my hair like as thick as theirs, it'd be really cool because I have thin hair. Um, and other issues people talk about, like, just like people like being like more hateful, I guess, towards mixed women because they like their darker skinned men might prefer them. And I've always been like, for me personally, I've never experienced it from dark skinned women that was a problem. I remember there was one time, there's been many times actually, where, like, like a darker skinned black man trying to hit on me or whatever. And for me, I mean, I don't have any interest in them. I always would ignore them and stuff. The darker skinned black women would always stick up for me. Generally, it seemed like they trying to be like, like she's not gonna talk to you and stuff, and she's not interested and stuff. She basically speak out for me. I didn't even have to tell them. And even some of them were trying to kind of make fun of the guy a bit, which was really helpful. Not helpful, I mean, and to some extent, not, I guess, because that would aggravate him, but then again, it wouldn't really aggravate him because he'd have to calm down. So it was nice. It's just putting him in a bad situation. I don't know. Most of the time when I've had issues though with like the whole thing like that, it's usually lighter skinned women. I don't know if that's unusual, but like, if someone sees another person as competition because they're basically the same thing, they'll be upset and uncomfortable with that. Like, I've had that several times. White girls who like black guys, for example, really bad. It's always been like they always want to be like the white girl who gets all the attention from black guys. And then I come into play and then the black guys are paying attention to me. And it's like, for me, I mean, I don't have any interest. They just notice me more. And like many of the time that would anger them. I remember one girl, she was like weird, in my opinion. She was white. She was weird though. Like she didn't, I thought it was like, why do you care? Because it seemed like maybe she was secretly attracted to black men, or something was going on there. Because she was always like racist towards black people. Like she'd say it not around them, but say like, we're all a little racist or whatever, and like she thought she was better because she was white and stuff. These are the things she would say. And she'd be always like really pissed off, like when it would be like the black men would kind of like pay attention to me more than like. And I mean, like, I've seen that happen before with other white women or mixed race women that looked whiter. Like, there was another one, I had a roommate, and she went wild. Like, literally, she went wild. She kept, like, every person she could talk to, she either told them that I had breast implants, I, didn't shave or something, or that I was, something else she would say. What was it? It was something about my hair. Forgot though. Oh, she said I got a hair dye or something, that my hair was dyed or something. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, she would always talk trash about me and like be like really into about my looks and stuff. And it was like, well, I mean, like, I've had that happen. Like, there'd be like jealous usually on the lighter side, and I'm a lighter skinned person, and I'm like about like Alicia Keys color, maybe a little lighter. Yeah, like really, really beige, light tannish color, something like that. I don't know. But I do have like lighter hair, so it makes me look lighter. Anyway, so I mean, like, I've had other situations where like mixed girls who like black guys would have an issue with me. That's happened quite often. Like mixed girls, especially like like especially ones that aren't, in my opinion, that attractive, will really have a problem with me because I guess they felt like they were inferior. I don't know what was going on in their heads. But they'd always have like it be on about me. But like a darker skinned black girl, usually it would seem like they're just, like, it's more like you can coexist because, they don't have the same thing you have. Their appeal is a different appeal, and my appeal is a different appeal. Neither is it better than the other, by the way. I mean, like, there are white girls that are as attractive as me, and there are mixed girls that are as attractive as me. They're darker. There are black girls that are really dark skinned that are as attractive or more attractive. Um, so, I mean, it's not like one attraction of being mixed race is more attractive than another. It's not like that. It's like, that's just not how it works, really, in my opinion. I think it's more like, like, some people are more attractive than others, and then that's more of a problem for others. And I mean, sometimes, I mean, someone could be more attractive than another person, but if they have another appeal, then they're going to be different because they're like, well, I don't look anything like that person, so they're a different type of person. So it doesn't intersect. When you're like similar to the person, like like you're white enough almost to look like white people, and you're trying to have that appeal towards black people, or you're mixed race looking and you might look similar to mixed race people, and you might have that appeal. And if you're more attractive than the other person, that's going to be a problem because you guys look similar on top of it, so then it's more of a problem to them. But I've never had it where dark skinned women were really I might maybe remember someone, but I don't even remember it too well. Like, I don't remember it strongly. Like, Other situations where like girl wants to fight you, or girl keeps talking and really angry and stuff, or like some of my roommates, like I said, my roommates that were whiter or looked kind of similar to me or mixed race, they would always, it would be where many of them did have an issue. But the ones who were dark skinned never had an issue. I mean, I got along with them. I even got along with one of my other roommates. I mean, like, it's not all like it depends. Like I said, I'm talking about like white women who like black women. I'm not talking about white women who just are white women. Like I had a white roommate before. I had plenty of them, and I got along with them. I was just saying specifically the other one that had issues, but so I'm not trying to diss anybody specifically, like just a whole race of people or anything, but like that's why I don't understand with the whole colorism thing, because I'm like, I can't remember anybody ever having an issue. I've never had issues with dark skinned women. Only thing that ever is a problem is that like when I was younger, when I was trying to prove myself, kind of, it was like they were like they would always be like, "What are you?" and stuff, and they never would see me as a black girl or like a mixed race girl. Even they always try and act like, "Are you an Indian or are you Arab or whatever?" It was like after a while, it's just like, well, okay. I don't know. I kind of like gave in to that. But like, that's kind of a thing I've experienced with both black men and black women. So I don't think that really applies or has to do with it. But yeah, I just don't know why some people say that they experience these issues. I've never experienced any of that on any level where dark skinned women were jealous of me or anyone attacking dark skinned women for being dark. I've seen some people attack darker skinned men. I remember one person like he black, which was really weird to me because it was like, aren't you black? But yeah, that was just weird because I couldn't tell the difference back in the day. Mm. And oh, another time, there was one time I was wearing like these really long extensions. They were like braids, and they were probably like mid back length. Everybody acted like the hair was real, but my roommate had like just like a little, like she had a curly ponytail, and people kept acting like her hair was fake and she was darker skinned. I've seen that happen often where people get on dark skinned women about wearing weaves, even when they're not wearing weaves, which I kind of think is just weird. Like, white people wear weaves, black people wear weaves, mixed people wear weaves, Hispanic people wear weaves. It's not a race thing. So I always think, why do people always just associate this with dark skin? And I mean, light skinned women wear weaves all the time. I mean, it's probably pretty even with dark skinned women. So yeah, I, that's one of the things I have noticed. But really, I've never seen anyone attack dark skinned women for being dark. But I mean, I have to admit, I'm not around dark skinned women all that often. So maybe my experience is limited. At work and stuff, I've had a lot of people who are darker. Never had an issue, like, heard anything like that. But it is work, so. And like I said, like, my roommates in the past, I don't know. I basically interacted with all kinds of people then, so I'm just saying from my experience. I don't get what people mean when they say that like darker skinned people are attacked for being dark. I think generally they're not, because I mean they're black. Everyone expects a dark skinned person to be black and dark skinned. It comes with the territory. That's why they're called black. And then yeah. Then like the whole thing about light skin, I've never had, like I said, anyone attack me for being light skinned. Just a general thing of not really recognizing that I have black in me. But then again, I only have 30% black in me anyway, so I mean, it's a small percentage, and So it makes sense that a lot of people wouldn't see it. I don't know. I kind of accepted all that. I don't know. Alright, I think I'm done with this video. Thanks. Bye.